I said, at the risk of sounding like a grandiose narcissist, we've all got to get together and really prepare ourselves to resist what is coming. And what I mean by that is, like, Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party are not going to protect you. They're not going to protect your right to protest. They are captured by the Israeli lobby. And the thing is, like, I think a lot of people look at the Zionist lobby and they think, like, oh, it's for the interests of Israel. But you're really missing the point. The Zionist lobby is the fascist entry point for the Western world. Zionists, they want to destroy international law. Why? So they could do a genocide. They want to destroy international law. Why? So they can colonize and they can ethnically cleanse. And so they're using the power of their state to eject themselves into all the Western countries and defeat even kind of bog standard post-war liberalism. The institutions of international law that were built in response to World War II to prevent something from like World War II happening again are being undermined and destroyed by Israel. That is the reality. Germany being disarmed, being a peaceful member of the international community, is being disarmed. By what? Israel. And the United States' interests in fighting wars against Russia. We are recreating the environment that led to a disastrous world war by dismantling all those international institutions of diplomacy and global cooperation in service of what? In service of Israel. And the Democratic Party is in lock, stock, and barrel. It used to be that the Republicans were skeptical of the United Nations and international law because they wanted the United States to be able to commit whatever crime in the way wanted to fight communism and socialism. And the Democrats at least believe in internationalism and international law and mutual cooperation and diplomacy. That's been defeated. We have two fascistic political parties. And I think there's a lot of people, especially if they're over the age of 50, that are having a hard time dealing with this fact. When they see Kamala Harris, campaigning with Alberto Gonzales, the torture guy, the torture memo guy in the Bush administration, or they see Dick Cheney endorsing Kamala Harris, they're not really accepting that because there's two parts to that coin, man. The one is that Dick Cheney wants to endorse Kamala Harris, and the other side of the coin is Kamala Harris wants to accept it. It isn't just like Dick Cheney is saying, hey, I don't agree with Kamala Harris on anything, but she at least will continue American democracy, and therefore I think you should vote for her. And it's quite another thing for Kamala Harris to campaign with them. And I don't know what to say. Like, I think a lot of people are still in 2019 mentality, and 2019 is over. 2019 is over. I know a lot of people talk about the 2016 election, but the election that people haven't really reckoned with is the 2020 election. All right? Bernie Sanders and the progressive left, we did everything right. We played by all the rules, and they rat fucked us from day one. Stop thinking there are rules that are being enforced in a fair-minded way. They're not. They are not. They never will be. Why do people support Harris? What policies do they support? Harris has not really said anything she will do because they don't like Trump. That's it. And I've said this before. Americans want to not be embarrassed when they go to France. That's the typical that's the typical Democrat. When the typical Democrat takes their vacation to France, they want to be like, I voted for Kamala. That's it. It's about a branding exercise.